Okay, recorded. Okay, so yeah, cool. So let's start. Um, yeah. So as I mentioned, you can see the agenda here. We have check-in. We are slightly behind the timeline. We supposed to start the standard finance standard by 6:15. So expect we budgeted I budgeted 1 hour for that. Then I will have like 50 minutes to check up what is the next thing or what is the important thing that everyone can be aware of on upcoming this month. And then later we have like 10 minutes consultancy space. If you have any question, you can ask about IGB or you can ask about other stuff as well. Then we will have what went wrong and even better if hopefully we can end this by before 8. Okay, and then because I'm doing share screen, right, so if you have any question you can just unmute yourself and then you can just ask me question. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so for everyone to know and also for Zahida, we have six finance standards. Okay, so today we are focusing on one part of it, which is reporting. Okay, so you can see there's only 4 slides for this reporting, and I will go one by one in very detail. So if you have any question, you can just ask me, and Yanming, please take note if there's any question and also the answer. Okay, so for reporting, I think it's better for me to do this. It's bigger, the slides. Yeah. Okay. So for reporting, what is a reporting? Reporting is actually providing organized information in the form of document. Okay. So you can see there's some type of reporting document. For example, it can be balance sheet, it can be income statement, it can be a cash flow. So all these things, currently, our Isaac in Malaysia, we are using accounting software. So for all the local entity, you are using Wave. So you can generate your balance sheet and also your income statement through this accounting software. Okay. So at the same time, for example, MC, we are using QuickBook. So we can also generate the financial report by the system. Okay, so usually report can be monthly, quarterly, or annual report. So for example, monthly, all the local entity, you all are required to submit the balance sheet and also income statement monthly, right? So for quarterly, for example, this quarterly can be one of the thing, budget versus actual. It's good to have a quarterly review on the budget. Yeah, so when we do review on the budget, it can actually show that how much in this quarter, how much that we are actually spending, and how much that we budgeted and is spending or overspend or underspend. Another thing that we do quarterly in Isaac is the GFB survey. Remember, like after every quarter, from AI side, AI will send out one global finance board survey to MC. So I will distribute down to all the LC, all the local chapter. Then you all will fill in out the data through quarterly. Okay. So for example, the next one is annual report. One of the example that I can provide is, for example, Isaac Malaysia. We actually just submitted our external audit report, which is with the fiscal year from January until December. So that one is also an annual report. Okay, so why reporting is very important? Because reporting, it can show from performance and also it can show from the financial part. Okay, to the national plenary, and also for example, you can see later on they're actually saying that the VP of Finance, you need to be reporting monthly to the EB Executive Board about our financial report every month. Okay, so for here is national plenary and also AI. So what is very important for reporting? Okay, mainly when we do reporting is because for our stakeholder, they can easily understand our financial position. So for example, if right now, me as a Grace, when I'm doing reporting, for example, John, the MCP, he can be very easy to understand our current situation. It can be also all the LC, they can understand, how much, what's the current situation. Can we pay AI fee or can we pay MC operating cost or not? For example, right now, when I show it, okay, we will have a lot of payable, we will have a lot receivable. It means that we are not we have money, but we do not have the cash. Means that most of them are receivable, for example, like that. Okay, and then when you do report, right, you can actually show the financial situation and also the performance of Isaac. For example, if you have the report by all the product, then you can see which is the product that giving you the most revenue and which one is giving you the least revenue. From here, then you can actually have the data to see that, okay, right now, for example, Isaac in UNMC, for this summer, you are focusing on OGV, because according to your timeline, and you would be able to do you would able to send out a lot of OGV EP to go abroad. Okay, then you can see according to this timeline, this summer maybe actually you have increment of 3%. So this 3% equal to how many percentage of revenue increase? So all these things you can actually drive. We have the data for this one. Okay, so I will show you later how. Okay, then and also only if you understand the situation of your finance, then you can actually act sustainability. Okay, so you can see here, because for example, if I do not do data, then when John the MCP asked me how much money that Isaac Malaysia has, then it's actually very difficult for me to tell him, oh, we actually have this much of money, because it's very hard, because if I didn't do proper reporting. Okay, so this will be the one why reporting is very important for us to draw data, for us to make decision. For example, if right now AIC Colombia is coming early of July, so John was asking me, okay, so can we pay AI fee if I do not have a reporting that system? So I would not know how much that I can pay and how much money that currently Isaac Malaysia has. If I do not have that, it's very hard. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Should I ask issue invoice for LC, or do I have the capacity to? So mainly the report is for us to understand the current situation. Okay, so anyone question? No? Who? Okay, so any question, just stop me. There will be a point form later on here. So next, so why we need to do report? Report is a tracking tool to help us to check on current financial status and performance, to keep the organization accountability, and also to measure that it operates legally. Sorry? Oh, I can hear myself. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah. So a few things that there's 4 checkpoint here. So the first one is monthly reporting of executed budget and also for income and also expenses here. And then the second one is reporting process. Third one, all report including the structure of Isaac International financial status, statements, and also the story of reports. So there's 4 checkpoint here. We can look into one by one later in more details. Okay, so here, next. Okay, so this is a checklist for LCVP finance, and then the first thing, for example, all the report including the structure of Isaac. I think this one, monthly reporting of executed budget for income and also expenses. LC report to MC monthly on budget execution for income and expenses. Currently, we are doing this. All the LC is required to update your budget versus actual by 5th of every month, right? Yeah. So this is something that we are doing. This is one of the checklists that is checked. The second one, LCVP finance and legal need to report to the LCEB monthly about LC financial situation. Okay, so may I know, is there any LCVP is doing this right now? The second point, which is the LCVP finance report to the LCEB monthly on the LC financial situation. May I know, is anyone is doing that?
For Utah, I'm doing it weekly in EB meeting. A rough one.
Would you mind
then
to
for
share?
every month, Yeah, for every month. I mean, every month only I do a more proper one,
Okay.
something like that.
How do you do that? Was saying like during EBM, usually how are you telling them?
Just show them the easy one, or like how much cash in hand, like the debt. I mean the most general one lah. I don't go in deep lah.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I go in deep, only for like monthly report lah.
Do you have your monthly report right now?
Right now June haven't finished.
Can you show us your May report?
But my laptop not actually monthly report lah.
Like how do you actually do it?
Use Wave lah. I mean use the.
So you are
from
showing them the balance sheet and also income statement, is it?
The one is the monthly one lah, and then I explain like on which part like that lah.
Oh, okay. So
Then
means that,
for like weekly, I'll just like sometimes I didn't prepare any reporting. I just tell, or sometimes I will show them the income statement.
Okay.
Something like that.
So means that you are using a Wave report as a tool to explain to your EB.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Wasing. Any other LCVP? Any other VP are doing this? Like you are doing. Oh, okay. So Jessie, weekly. So during EB meeting, right?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh my god, finally. Okay. Alright,
Yes.
so yeah, I also do it weekly. So it's I actually update the way quite similar to Wasing. So it's cash on hand, cash in both our accounts, and how much are we going to how much I estimate that we are going to spend for this week or this coming month lah. Like some major expenses and some are the major expenses that are upcoming. Like this is what I update in our EVM slides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's on weekly basis. If there's nothing big, then I just put the cash on hand, blah blah, those things.
Okay. So are you also using a Wave report as a tool for you to explain to them?
I didn't. I just upload everything and then I attach the link there. And then sometimes if they like, not everyone read it lah, but if they're interested, then they'll ask questions. So then only I answer.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Jessie. Any others, like any other VP or director that you actually experience this in your local entity that you are actually explaining to your EB or yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
I can go first.
Okay.
Okay, for me, I also using Wave, like generate the PDF file and then send email to them.
Oh, okay. So you are using Wave as a tool to explain to them.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So for UPM, how about Kale?
For Sunday, actually, it's the same. Like every EBMT meeting, we update them on the cash on hand, payables and receivables, and also if we have any investment plan, then we also let them know. But for last time, we actually had a finance newsletter. Every month, we send finance newsletter to the EBMT. It's a more detailed version of like whatever we explained during the meetings. But then, like for this term, we haven't started doing that yet. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Kale. So for Penang and UPM, is it the same that you are actually using tools and then you have weekly? Okay, so for Kai, for UPM, we show the expected and also actual revenue and expenses for product only. So do you mean by you are doing it by product? Yes. Okay, cool. How about Penang? YK, how do you do that?
For Penang, right, we during our ABM, we have a slide for financial. So we'll do in general, like we have exchange revenue, total revenue, all those, and also like claim, payables, receivables, and also according to product also we have. And then every month we set out the financial report, which is the balance sheet, and also the income statement for the whole entity.
Okay. Thank you. then for PU as well, other income expenses, current liability, and monthly reserve during EB or EBMT meeting. Okay, so I'm very happy that like a lot of you all are actually doing reporting, even to EB and also to director EBMT. So maybe anyone would like to tell me, by doing this thing, like by doing reporting to the EB or to the EBMT, what is the one thing that, or what is the one or two thing that you actually realize it actually, what's the benefit of doing this reporting process? Because we are keep on doing reporting, right? Like some of them, some of you all doing during weekly basis, some of you all you do like bi-monthly. So what is the differences that you think after you do this, after you have this routine and without you having this routine, what will be the difference?
I think maybe they were scared a bit.
They will what? Scared?
Maybe like for example PM and BD, let's say they already have planned on September, during winter.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tell them like if the product is not doing really well, then your plan might be cancelled or cannot do it, or then even you already have a good plan but cannot carry on something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Something like this kind of thing in a group chat. I just scare them or what.
Okay. I think what you mean, right? If there's no performance or there's no result, you can actually use finance data to actually inform or actually tell them, oh, you need to do this and that, right?
And then the product we might like kind of worry, and then they will try to push a member to do something.
Okay, cool. So I think Jessie was saying the same thing. Every time EB are like, oh my god, we need to drive more exchange, and when they see our financial status law, yeah, I think I also agree on that part. Most of the time when we actually show them financial status, they actually understand that maybe which product is the one that giving us the more revenue. Yeah, or for example, this product having a higher return, and then this is the product if we want a quick cash flow in. So which is the product and which product that we need to focus right now. So for example, Kai was saying that EBMT understand what they need to be focused more if the budget is not aligned. What do you mean by budget is not aligned, Kai? Kai, when you say that if the budget is not aligned, do you mean by overspend or underspend? Then they will actually understand more what they need to do and what to be focused. Okay, thank you. So for Ying as well, for EBMT understand more on the current situation and able to think from in terms of financial sense. Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you. It's actually very good that you all understand like how important for this part. Later I will show you one of the example. Okay. Let's continue. Yes. So you can see here. So yeah. So LC will send MC all the physical document for cash. For cash and also bank payment and also invoice. Yeah, so I think this is something that we are not doing it right now. So LC is sending to MC about our balance sheet and also income statement. Yeah. Okay, so the second point, reporting process to plenary of budget. So LCEB report to local plenary every quarter on budget, like how much that we budgeted and how much that we are spending. I'm not sure any entity is doing this one by quarter. Okay, so for example, MC are also required to report so there's notes here. So if we do not have that, then we have to create a processes to make sure that LC are being aware. So I believe that, for example, when a few things here, we have LC update the budget every month. So this one is done, no? So and also most of the LC from the attendance today, most of you all actually report to your EB weekly basis in a brief way and also by monthly. So it's also something that very good to keep. Okay, then I think maybe the next thing that we can move forward is we can actually report our budget quarterly for the local plenary in your own local chapter. Okay, so keep up this behavior of transparency, and then make sure that there's also a reporting to MC. I mean, for example, here ensure reporting each month to MC on income and also expenses, which is the one that we submit income statement and also balance sheet. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. My voice is getting softer. Okay, I will shout louder now. Okay, cool. Any question for the first 2 points? Any question from here? First 2 points? Nope. Okay, cool. Yeah, then we can move on to the next one. So the next one is all the report includes structure for Isaac International financial statements. So all the cost and revenue will need to divide it into internal and also external to ensure that we are consolidate data aligns to consolidated chart of account based on GFB survey. I believe this one we already done because remember previously we have my EST Kenny, she created a lot of the GFB code for all the LC, all the entity, so that you can actually align you can use that to when you create your chart of account in Wave, so that all the expenses are being separated into internal and also external. Yeah, so this is the one that we actually being already aligned ourselves. Yeah, so for example, if you see here GFB, yeah, so this is the one that I'm sending. For example, let's check UNMC. Yeah, so the one that already done. So you can see here with what do you mean by internal? Internal is, for example, your member, your EP, yeah. So all the internal one and also the external one, for example, company, for example, your OP. Yeah, you can see here internal as an entity, external partners. Okay, so this is all the internal and external part. So we separate our account into this one according to all the GFB code that being localized into Isaac Malaysia reality. Yeah, so this is the one. Okay, so next, storing the reports. So all the reports should be stored for at least 5 years. Any entity have this being checked? How many entities? I mean, when is the last report that you have in your entity? Any entity has last term data? No? Got the data, but no report. Okay, so Din Kai, your data since when? Since which term? Last term. Okay. How about Jessie? Sam, okay, Kai 1415. Okay. So I think one thing that I can share with everyone, one of the experience that I have, because last week it was MC to MC transition, right? So when I present the data, because for all the department, including all the action department, including finance, we have to present 3 years data. Okay, so I was presenting data from 1415, 1516, and 1617. So when initially, I mean, to be honest, it's not easy to get all the data. And then at the moment I realized that, oh, it's actually very good when we have accounting software, because as long as we keep everything, we key in all the information in the software, it's very easy to extract the report. When you just run the report, you already have the data of that period of time. Yeah. So when I do the comparison from the 3 term, then you will see, okay, for example, among the 3 term, last term 1516, we have the highest expenses on this product, and then we have the highest expenses on conference and meeting, or mainly it's because we have loss on Newspeak, for example. Yeah. So when you have all the data, you can actually make comparison, and then you can see what's the thing that you can keep, or what's the thing that you can make it better. Okay, so yeah, the MC1314, it already created from so you all are the first batch that having it. Hello? Yeah. So you all, now is it better? Hello? Hello? Yeah, okay, yeah. So so right now you all are the first batch that actually having and also using Wave. Yeah. So as long as you key in the data properly in Wave, so all the data is there, and then to be honest, if you continue using Wave, you can actually very easy to store the information or the report up to 5 years. Yeah. So one thing about that thing, yeah. Okay. So our aim is to have, the main reason is why we would like to have like up to at least 3 years to 5 years is, for example, when we want to have comparison. For example, okay, why UNMC this 1617, your summer you have very high of IGV realization. Then you can see what kind of investment that you put in IGV that actually enable IGV you have this achievement. Okay, so for example this one, yeah. So all the data is important so that you can make inference and you can make decision in next time. Cool. Yeah. Anyone have any question for the 4 points that being mentioned just now? Okay, no question from Kai. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. How about others? Ding Kai cool, Kalei cool. Okay, so if there's no question, yeah, if there's no question, is it someone text me here? Oh, okay. So if there's no question, yeah, so this will be the criteria for us to fulfill reporting. Yeah, so this will be the 4 criteria for us to fulfill reporting these standards. Okay, so remember, we have 6 standards, 6 finance standards. So each of them we need to be fulfilled and we need to be improved in each of them. Okay, so yeah. Next is I would like to show you one thing that I found in AIE.EC, the Isaac International Hub. One of the things, but I will not launch it for now yet. Okay, so it's a kind of financial reporting spreadsheet. It's an Excel with the formula. The thing is why I would not launch it here for all of you to use is because I believe we need to be amend some part of it so that it's easier to understand. So I talked to Cynthia about this thing, and hopefully we would be able to launch it to all the local chapter, all the local entity by MyRDS. So you can use this Excel file to actually present your data to your EB and better to explain on the financial situation in your entity. Okay, so I will show you here. Where is it? Yeah, it's this one. Wait. I need to share screen first. Wait. Okay, so it's this one. So if you are actually check on AIC.EC, then you will see in the into the financial standards, into reporting, you will be able to see one of the thing is about this Excel spreadsheet. Okay, so as I mentioned just now, we need to amend some part of it so that it is easier to understand for everyone. So one thing that I personally like about this Excel is actually you can see it include, let me make it bigger. Yeah. So it include all the product here. IGV, OGT, I mean all the product here. And then they have the revenue, the direct cost, and then you would be able to see whether this product, whether is it profit or is it loss. Okay, so for example, they also include how many people that you already put into the product, that running the product. Okay, so for example, if you see you are putting 3 people in IGT, and then at the same time you're putting 3 people in IGV, right? This one, 3 and 3. However, for IGV there's actually a profit, and for IGT is actually a loss. So from here you will be able to see what is the thing that you need to be focused. If you want to make IGT is a profit, how to make it as a profit, something like that. So this is a comparison for all the product, from the revenue and also from the expenses. Then the next thing you can see also here, every month, by end of the month, you will be able to key in the data here. So you can see, for example, by end of the month, you actually have you have profit, you have money here, you have a leftover balance. Some of the month you actually spend more money. Yeah. So at the same time, you can also see on the organization health model. Yeah. So this is quite complex, I would say. So they also take into the reserve month. For example, the money that you have right now, and then you have to divide your minimum cost per month, and then you can see how many months that you can actually survive here. And then it will also take into like exchange expenses and partnership expenses. No need to be worried. This is just, I'm showing you. This is something that I found in the hub, and then we would like to see if we can actually localize it into LC, to local entity, so that you can actually use this Excel to actually present your data to the EB, so that it's easier to understand. Because for example, here it also includes the return of asset, the return of equity, and also for the cost, return of investment. Yeah. So this one, I will not launch it here for you all. It's just like something that I found out, and I think this kind of reporting will be also good to be used, because it covers most of the thing here. It covers all the product, all the revenue product, all the expenses from the product, and then currently your financial status, and also your investment, and also your PD income. Okay, so we will talk, from MC side, me and Cynthia or my ESC will be working on this. We'll see how to make it easier to be used, so that then only we will launch to a local level. Okay, cool. Okay. Wait. Yeah. Any question? No? I think maybe we still have time, right? Yeah, we still have time. Anyone would like to share a bit, when you're doing reporting, what kind of problem or what kind of what is the situation that you think it can be improved on your reporting? Anyone have any part of it? Like when you are doing report to your EB or your EBMT during the meeting, right? Even better if what kind of information that you would have, or do you think that by doing this reporting, your network, your EBMT, able to understand the situation of financial in your local entity, or what's the problem that you are facing, or what's the bottleneck that you are facing? Anyone can share anything? Yeah. No? Do you have any problem that you are facing when you are doing reporting? Or any good case practice that you're actually doing in your local entity that you think is good to share with everyone? Anyone have anything? No? If no, then I will close this space. Okay. Yeah. So if there's nothing to share, do you have any question for this part so far? Or do you have any confused? Do you have any doubts on how to do reporting? Waseng, YK, Kale, Jingwu, are you understand so far? Would you be able to follow us?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so mainly I would want to mention that all the finance standards is needed to be followed. I mean, it's not something that, I have these finance standards. It's something that all the entity, including MCLC, we have to do and also follow up all the standards. Yeah, okay. So that's why we have also like CFO, academic. There's also training for finance and also LCP about all the standards, and then you will see slowly by slowly, all the entity will be need to follow up, or will be need to go up to all the standards in financial. Okay, so discuss with Cynthia before for local entity. For you all, the most important thing is that doing properly on the budgeting and also doing properly on the reporting, which we think is the most crucial for this for you all. Your term X16, 17. Okay, cool. Yeah. So if there's no other question, I will go next to check on the what would be the next thing that you all need to be aware on. Okay, so you can see here. So our focus one is summer IGB project, because understanding there's a lot of project, some of the project being realized end of June, and I believe a whole bunch of them will be realized on July. So one thing is about summer project. Okay, so the second thing is about winter planning here. Okay, so let's see. So what is the next thing that we need to be aware? So for first thing that I would like to remind everyone is for the summer iGiri project. So you can see here, this is the iGiri master tool link, where also the place that I actually extract and would able to get all your iGiri project budget. It's all here. Some of them having loss, some of them having profit, some of them having break even according to budget. So one thing, please be ensured that you collect EP fee once the EP is arrived in Malaysia. When they started for the project, as some of you mentioned just now, right, there will be a lot of cash flow out. There will be a lot of expenses in IGV. So making sure that you receive the payment from EP, so that your entity, we will not have the cash flow problem. Okay, so the second one is do update on each IGV project budget versus actual. So because some of them, like for example UNMC, you run a lot of project, right? At the same time, there's a lot of EP. So I believe you will have your OC finance for each project. So making sure that each of the PIC for finance, they're actually making sure that the project, they update on the budget versus actual, and making sure that all the expenses are being well recorded. Okay, so one thing to be shared, previously when I was like a member for the project, I didn't record it every day. Like for example, I have expenses for 1 week, then after that only I record. So sometimes I will forgot like where I spend the money. So this is the cause that, or maybe some of the unknown payment that I don't know where I spent. Okay, so just to avoid those things happen, reminder for the PIC for finance, they have to make sure, they have to understand how to record all the expenses, and also make sure that all the 6-week project having like budget versus actual. Okay, so you can click here. If you want to update the budget project, you can click here, IGV project budget. Okay, one thing. So the second thing is you can check on entity payable. Yeah, you can see here is all the total payable right now here. It being updated by Atira. Some of them is received the money but haven't updated here because Atira is lacking a few of the information. So I believe she already asked for invoice number or screenshot payment proof. Then she will be updating that. I believe, for example, Ing, CU, and Vivian, these two, Ing already paid, and then for CU, some of it is already paid. So it haven't updated here. Maybe it's a few information that is lacking. So Atira haven't updated here. Okay. So first point, ensure that you would be able to pay or clear your payable as soon as possible. As mentioned just now, manage your entity cash flow during this IGV realization peak. Okay, so for example, CU, summer peak is your IGV peak, then winter is your OGV peak, right? So it means that you do not have any cash in from OGV, you have only cash in from IGV. So one thing is you have to manage properly on your IGV cash in, because IGV, yes, we have a lot of cash in, at the same time we do have also a lot of expenses out in IGV. Okay, so making sure that the cash flow is okay, you know how to expense, make sure that it's proper expectation setting with all the IGV people, that if you have, for example, previously what I had is, if you want to spend like, for example, more than 200, which is not budgeted, you need to ask me before you spend the money, something like that. Okay, talk to them properly on what is the thing that they can spend. If it's reach a certain amount of limit, then they have to acknowledge you. They have to let you know. Okay, yeah. So okay, at the same time, you can also refer to the spreadsheet here. This is the link to see the updated information. Okay, so for example, thank you YK. YK actually asked me a question. Hey, can you cross-check me about the number here? So some of it maybe you already pay, but it's stated here haven't paid. So if this is happened, you just tag me and Atira. So we will just cross-check again on the QuickBook. Sometimes it's because there's too many of payment from each entity. Yeah, so you just let us know. We will check it again for all the entity. Cool? Yes. So next on is about winter planning. Yes. Yeah. How many entity already have your winter planning? How many entity already have your winter planning?
I would say UMP is on the way.
Oh, what do you mean by on the way? Currently, you are having your
Yeah, we just plan like partially, like what is the IGV and OGV goal for next winter, and projected budget for
okay.
that. Yeah lah.
Okay. So you can see UMP already had CU, Penang, Kuching as well, right? Yeah. So at the same time, there's also entity haven't planned. For example, UTP haven't, haven't, right? TU as well, or TU, and also Sunway is this weekend, right? So for those you already have your planning. Definitely, what you do in planning is you actually has your goal, winter strategy, and it will be like each department or the exchange department will have the goal and also expenses. Okay, so as representative from finance, so what thing that is very important is one thing is, as I mentioned on the last meeting, is you need to make sure that your winter goal or winter performance able to sustain your entity for the next peak. Okay, we can see on the screen here in the slides here. So you can see here. So why winter planning is very important and is a very important role that finance need to be playing a role. One thing is ensure that your entity has winter planning. Yeah, if you haven't had it, remind your LCP, making sure that all the entity you need to have your winter planning before my RDS. Okay. Then for CFO, we call it as a CFO for the organization. We need to be strategic and also we have to allocate the resources wisely. Okay. So for example, because winter, not all the entity can run winter, right? Some of the government university we have only 4 weeks break, or we have only 5 weeks break. So if you know that it's not easy, it's not say it's impossible, it's not easy to run OGV in the local campus, maybe we need to allocate some of the resources to go to our campus. Okay, for example like this. So for example, CU as example, CU, your summer peak is your IGV peak, and then your winter peak is your OGV peak, right? So it's wisely, how do you allocate your resources, how much percentage in OGV and how much percentage on IGV. Okay, so one thing is very important as well. Review your first half term budget, which is the summer. Okay, right now the summer one, how much that you already spent, how much that you actually underspent. For example, if you located like 5,000 for OGV, and then does that achieve? No. If no, then why? If yes, do you think you need to invest more on this product? And then make amendment for the winter. Okay, so because suggestible for the budget for one entity, it's suggestible to do one term, which is 12 months, and by monthly basis. Okay, so I was assumed that we already have the first half term budget, which is already done, the summer one. So we have to review it, and then we have to make amendment accordingly for the next winter peak budget. Okay, so the next one is very important, which is ensure that our winter peak performance able to keep us sustained for the entity. Okay, for example, if you know, okay, my winter right now we achieve this and this, so maybe we would be able to hold on, pay all the expenses, and making sure that the operation is still there. We make sure that our member have the training and development. And then we need to make sure that by winter, our winter performance able to make sure that our organization can be sustained until our summer come in again. Okay, cool. So if it's not, so maybe we need to, for example, if you want to run IGV in winter, at the same time you understand that your current situation, financial situation, wouldn't be the cash flow wouldn't be very strong. So maybe you can ask, okay, that means that we need to find more financial partners to sponsor on our IGV project, something like that. Okay, understand? So this is something that I mentioned before on the last meeting. Cool. Okay. Here. Okay. Okay. Come. Yes. So. Lin Kai already left. So. Sorry, I need to leave now. But I have a question. Do we have the EP fee breakdown, like how many % for value delivery, fixed cost, attraction, blah blah blah? If got, can we have it? We'll check back video recording. Okay, so I will text Lin Kai later. So currently we do not have a fixed framework for how is the EP fee breakdown. Okay, we do not have it according to what I understand. So because when we set the EP fee, right, because every entity you have different amount of EP fee, am I right? It depends on the accommodation, it depends on how much that transportation the EP need to cost, and then the project expenses and everything. So different local entity, you have different EP fee. So that's why there's not a standardized breakdown for the EP fee, how much it needs to be in value delivery and how much it needs to be on fixed cost. If for OGV, we don't have a fix as well. I would say back then in term 1415, in term 1415, we do have a breakdown for all the product. Like for example, we collect 600. How much is the fee that for product contribution, and how much in the remaining money go into marketing? How much in the money go into value delivery and back then? Yeah, we have all these things. However, when it goes on, at last term it doesn't have this part anymore. And then I was discussing with Cynthia whether we wanted to have it back again or not. Yes. Kenny, I don't understand. Kenny? Yeah. So there's only there's 1516. No. 1415 already have it, because 1415 is Kaisen term, and then in Kaisen term we already have it, and because of that we introduced product contribution. That's why I remember it started from 1415. And in 1516, I asked Hui Ying before. She said she didn't have that thing. This is what I got from Hui Ying. I will be cross-checked with her again, since Kenny said we have it. Then if I will send an email for that, if there's any background breakdown for that. Okay. Yes. So anyone have any other question? Yeah. No question. Anyway, right, one thing is, I'm not sure, did you all actually plan your EP fee accordingly? Because remember, we have one thing called growth strategy. In OD model, all the product, we have one thing we call growth strategy. Means that, for example, for this product, how much that you want to grow, and then what's the strategy that in each product that you want to jump here. So in that discussion, I remember, with all the MCVP, we're actually saying that, okay, for example, if all the IGV, if you are in the lowest tier, you are expected to have break even. And then what is the strategy that you need to be focused? For example, when you're in the lowest tier, tier 4, we are not suggesting for you to have IR partnership. Yeah. Then from here, you can actually see how do you allocate your expenses. Because for example, if you don't have IR partnership, then you will not have fee expenses put under IR. For example, if you are in tier 1 for the product in IGV, we suggested you to have IR partnership. Then with that, you can put money on maybe sending seeder to make sure that the approve is being fastened up, or you can actually put resources on making sure that bill delivery happen. Okay, so one thing that is everyone, you can check on the product growth strategy. And I believe for those already have your winter planning, product growth strategy is one thing that you will be referring when you actually have your product planning. Yeah. Like, if you want to grow this product, what's the strategy, how much you are aiming, how to achieve this part. Okay? Oops. Okay. Hello? Hello? Can you all hear me? Yes, okay. I'm not sure why suddenly it off. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, I will be double confirm again on the EP breakdown. Then I will let everyone know about that. Okay, so anyone have any other question that you would like to ask me? Maybe we can have like 1 minute thinking time. If you have any question regarding finance that you would like to ask me. Okay, so anyone have any question? Zahida, YK, Waseng, Kai, Jingwu, Jessie, Ying, Yanming. No question. Okay.
No.
So if there's no question, reminder, please fill up the April and also May expenses for your entity in the GFB form here. Here, in the link, I send it again. So this is for us to apply IGV award in IC Colombia. So you can check back on your bank statement that you generate. So it should be already there. Just need to key in the data there so that we can actually apply. Because one of the criteria is we need to submit this data from April and also May by end of this month. Okay, so please submit by tonight. Then I will also be doing for the MC part. Then we will be submit this information to John. Then he will be doing the design. Okay. Thank you everyone for that. So if there's no question for this meeting, can we have what went well and even better if for the meeting? what went well and EBI. Okay, so for what went well is what is the good thing that happened in the meeting that you think we should be keeping it up, and also what is the even better if that we would like to improve in the next meeting. Okay, so YK, can we have 1 minute thinking time? So after 1 minute, you can just voice it out or you can type it here. Then Yanming will be keeping it up in the slides. Okay. Okay, time's up. So, yeah, anyone, do you have any what went well and even better if for the meeting? What went well from Jessie is having mini taker and timekeeper in the meeting. Okay, thank you, Jessie. Any other what went well? Or any other even better if? I think what went well is, oh, okay, Jingwu, the slides in the share screen show clear information. Okay, thank you, Jingwu. Yeah, I think what went well is this meeting, there are more people on time compared to previous meeting. Yeah, so for example, when I start the meeting at 6, there is already a few people already here being on time, and then even better if everyone can be on time for the meeting. Yes. And also what went well is in the meeting, there's people that share about the experience that they are actually doing reporting, and then yeah, how it actually started. Is it on weekly basis? And then yeah, there's people sharing about their experience. So I think that is something that what went well in the meeting that people share. Yeah. Anyone have any even better if or what went well? Oh, I have one what went well. I think what went well to Isaac in TU and also Isaac in Kuching, even though your VP couldn't attend the meeting, they sent representative to attend the meeting. So what went well for this? Yeah. Okay. Zahida, YK, Wasing, Kai, Kale, Ying, Yanming, and Kenny. Do you have any what went well and even better if? Okay, no. Wasing, are you trying to say something? Wasing? Do you have anything that you want to say? Okay, no. One thing. I asked Cynthia. So because maybe, most probably, not sure yet, haven't confirmed. Maybe we'll have one meeting. From it will be fall under 20th or 20th of July or 21st of July before my LDS, so that Cynthia can brief everyone the preparation for my LDS. Okay, so this is the 2 dates that she will be free. The agenda is not sure yet. We will update everyone if there will be a meeting up on 20th or 21st July. So if there is a meeting, so mainly it will be focusing on what's the preparation as LCVP Finance or Director Finance or Member of Finance need to be prepared for my LDS. Okay? Yeah. So we'll keep everyone updated for this part. So yeah. If there's no other question, so we'll end the meeting here today, and hopefully to see everyone physically in my LDS. Thank you for coming to the meeting today. Welcome. Thank you for your time to attend. Bye bye. See you. See you and my LDS.